looking over your shoulder.
What if that guy did this to your car?
What guy? The clown? You really think someone slashed my tires?
Well, he knows this is your car. He saw us getting into it earlier.
Hey, handsome!
Cut it out.
My friend wants your number.
Kill you.
Look, that guy was harmless. He was just some douchebag in a costume acting like a retard because it's Halloween.
Welcome everybody to the Cast from the Coast. My name is Adam Miles and I'm joined as always by Tim Johnson and Josh Lambert. How is everybody?
Oh, just dandy. Just fucking dandy.
Fucking dandy.
Josh is all riled up.
He is
All riled up.
And why is Josh all riled up? Because
we've been spending the night talking about just wonderful fucking
excellent masterpieces in the horror genre.
Excellent masterpieces.
Cinematic masterpieces.
Right?
And Little Pumpkin Men.
Fucking, I swear to fuck, Adam, if the next movie you get me to watch has a stupid fucking pumpkin man in it, I can't be held accountable to things I'll say or do.
Don't fucking blame me. I didn't recommend these last fucking movies that we did.
Oh,
I did not fucking suggest these ones
pumpkin.
at all. Moving on. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to continue into the depths of Halloween and the spookiness that is October. And we are going to talk about a movie called Terrifier.
I, for one, am terrified after these last two films. I can only imagine.
Oh, man. So, Terrifier. Tim.
Very easy, basic premise, especially if you have already seen All Hallows Eve.
Not All Hallows Eve 2.
What?
Not All Hallows Eve 2.
Yeah, don't worry. You don't need to see All Hallows Eve 2. In fact, that's not chronologically connected in any way, shape, or form. So if you did, you just wasted an hour and a half of your life. Enjoy.
Can I continue?
Go on, Tim.
A maniacal clown, known as Art the Clown, terrorizes 3 young women on Halloween night, and everyone else who stands in his way.
Sure does.
Terrifier.
Yeah.
Does he terrorize or terrify them?
Both.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Story. Tim's already given us a synopsis on this. So the overall story itself has to do with just a Halloween night. A couple of girls basically get stalked by Art the Clown, who the opening sequence of the movie, in my opinion, it's actually not bad.
Loved it.
The opening sequence has to do with him basically getting ready for the night. Makeup and fucking weaponry and sharpening shit and everything else. It was kind of an interesting little horror montage situation. I thought it was pretty decent. Getting ready for his night out on the town. The story overall, so let's talk about that for a minute here before we focus on anything else. Not bad, but the way that you got to take into account the way that the movie was filmed. So very much so like the original Terrifier segment from All Hallows Eve. They filmed it with like the film grain and the effect of the fact that it's very grindhousey exploitation type look and feel. The filter isn't as cheap, so they spent more than $5 on the film grain effect in this version, which shows, which is good. And they have a different actor who's playing Art this time. Josh, I believe you mentioned that this guy actually has like fucking mime experience or some shit.
Yeah, he was a mime for like a decade or something.
Okay,
yep.
It shows.
That's a good job.
Yeah, and this time around they did like slight redesign of the prosthetic piece that actually makes Art, with the chiseled features and the nose and shit, and it was an interesting look. The story is so friggin' basic, though. Art literally just finds a couple of girls that he wants to stalk, and I thought that the scene with him beginning stalking them from the the little diner or whatever it was,
The pizza shop, yeah.
the pizza shop, I thought it was brilliant with him sitting there, just kind of like
Yep.
with the different looks on his face, and that he's very fucking unimpressed looking at one point. It was all good.
The selfie, she comes over and takes a selfie and shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it basically just ends up with him terrorizing them and following them, and then it's a fight for survival, and he captures them. And
boy.
But there is a slight twist that we got to talk about a little bit too, because the movie doesn't necessarily just open with Art sharpening his tools for the night. It also
there's that opening
fucked up,
scene, yeah.
sequence on a talk show with a woman who's like mangled and shit, talking about the fact that she survived this horrible incident. And you can't really tell who she is. So you can't really tell, like, is it one of these three girls or somebody else or who? So, Tim.
Who knows? I'm just gonna throw it out there. This movie was unnecessarily violent. Like, I like violence and gore in my horror movies, just like everybody, but there's one scene in particular I was like, was that necessary?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but it was memorable.
A good job. They could have did a good job making you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Watching it be like, oh, shit.
But it was memorable. It's also the one scene
Yeah.
that everybody fucking remembers from that movie. So it did its job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
did.
pretty fucking gruesome, though.
Yeah, it was.
I liked the acting in this. It wasn't bad. I mean, it was kind of cheesy, but it was. I felt that it was intentionally cheesy. The two girls, Tara and Dawn. Tara, little brunette. Oh boy, oh boy. Wowie, wow. But anyways, I thought it's so ridiculously stupid simple of a premise that I can't hate it. I don't hate it. I was entertained by this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. What's the director? Damien Lauren
or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he went to film school or just fucking got tired of people like making fun of his movie, that he decided to actually try to do something good.
That he actually tried.
No, this movie was not, like, I liked Art.
Well, I think All Hallows Eve probably made a little bit of money. I mean, It wasn't a great movie, but it made a little bit of money for him, so I gave him an opportunity to make this film, I think. Is probably what happened.
And I mean, at the end of the day, the guy's trying to be creative and put his art out there, so I can't hate that.
She gets that.
Yeah.
Put his art out there, hey.
I didn't do that intentionally, I swear. But no, it wasn't bad. Like, it induced the right kind of tone. And
Okay.
the effects were good. And,
A little too good in some places.
oh boy,
They were good. I mean, it was fucked.
it was fucked.
It was fucked. Josh.
Do you want me to just go through my notes? 'Cause,
Yeah,
man,
just go through
this
your
was-
fucking notes at this point, man.
Right? Love the opening scene. So you see him putting on, like, the fucking grease makeup and making his, like, contraptions of razor blade whips and shit. It's like, okay, he's getting suited up for a serious night.
Razor blades and whips and shit.
Oh, yeah, loved it. The pizza shop, what does Art do? He does what Art does. He fucking shit bandits the pizza shop. And you see him come out, and you know what happened. You know what happened as soon as you see him. You're like, oh, Art, you crafty motherfucker. You did it.
Crafty motherfucker.
You did it.
Dirty
And then you
little
hear
bastard.
the other pizza guy go in, and he's like, what the f-? And he starts losing his mind. And Art's just laughing.
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't truly laugh. He mimes the laugh.
Yeah, mine's a laugh. Yeah, nice weird shit all over your walls. And what I love the most is that the boss, the supervisor, makes the fucking grunt go clean it. And the whole time the grunt's like,
you got time to lean, you got time to clean.
Oh, loved it.
Oh,
He shit banded the pizza shop, and then the pizza guy fucking boots him out. And eventually gets murdered. That's well, when you stop Art from performing his art, that's what happens. I think that's what it is. Art isn't a murderer at all. He's just a performance artist, and he just wants the recognition he deserves. Smearing shit on walls.
That is his art.
They go by a Halloween store called Craven's, so that's obviously a Wes Craven reference there.
There you go.
You get the bonus points for that.
Okay.
I wrote down, this is after, so there's an abandoned apartment that they get into. One of the drunk girl needs to use the washroom, and there's some people in there like doing maintenance or whatever, and they let her in. And the whole thing, I was kind of confused as to what was going on. I was like, is this Art's like kill room, or is Art just like sneak in there because there's this weird cat lady that lives in the basement? And at first I was like, maybe she's in with Art, but no, apparently not. So I don't think Art had any connection to this place other than he just showed up there, and it was bad timing for this drunk chick that had to go pee.
Yeah.
Sawing the chick upside down was fucking brutal. I think that's the scene, obviously, that Tim alluded to. Just completely savage. Just fucking hacksawed down the center, and it was just gruesome. Did what a horror movie's supposed to do, though. Like I said, makes you feel uncomfortable. It shows their phone being dead. They set that up right in front and center because whenever you do a film nowadays, the audience is just thinking, fuck, why didn't they just call whoever, right? But they kind of set that up.
Yeah.
Again, Art fucking pulling out the gun. Didn't expect it. I was like, fuck this guy.
He did it
Pulling
again.
Tricks in the bag. He straight up pulls some Buffalo Bill shit. He fucking chops off the girl's fucking skin and wears it in a suit like fucking Hannibal Lecter stuff. Art on the tricycle. It just comes out fucking riding the tricycle like this guy.
Yeah,
He's just got all the gags. Love him.
Yeah.
I like that he's such a good mime that he gets fucking spikes in the foot and doesn't even like speak, and then he just flips the bird. He just fucking flips her off. Love it. Comical. And then obviously the end twist. We see that the girl who was all mangled in the talk show was the original girl that got attacked by Art. I always thought they were kind of setting it up that Art was going to be the girl, and that Art, when he like shot his face off, that's kind of what happened. But no, it's not. Which again leads us to, so Art is supernatural, I guess, because he can just take a bullet to the face and get up. Because at the end we see him get up out of the morgue.
Yeah, and I thought that was interesting actually. So I'll kind of elaborate on that for a second. That was pretty.
Can I just say that Josh's note taking is phenomenal.
It is. He's got all the gags.
No, it was. Yeah.
Good breakdown of the movie. Good breakdown. I did like the fact that they alluded in this movie, well, not even alluded, they more so put it right in your fucking face, to what they had alluded in the previous All Hallows Eve and the short film and everything else, that he is supernatural of some kind. Because he's in the morgue, in the fucking, under the sheet, and all of a sudden,
after he shot a fucking magnum through his face, so he's fucked.
And it's like the fucking lights go, and it's like, and he's like, he's alive again.
Yeah,
almost like he has unfinished business, like the devil resurrects his own again or some shit.
Whenever I see something ambiguous like that, I kind of think of the Leslie Vernon movie, where it kind of like it shows like the science behind it, and it's not really supernatural, and there's always a way that they like get around it.
Yeah.
So I always just think in the back of my mind, it's like, yeah, no, Art's not supernatural. He's just got one of these Leslie Vernon get-arounds.
Leslie Vernon get-arounds, that's right. Yep.
Hi everybody, this is Vincent DeSanti, the writer and director of Friday the 13th fan film Never Hike Alone, and you are listening to the great commentary of They Cast from the Coast. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to check out Never Hike Alone, which is streaming for free on YouTube right now.
Tim.
What?
About the movie. Shit, dude.
Like I said earlier, I enjoy, out of the 3 movies that we watched, this was my favorite one out of the 3.
Without a doubt.
I thought, like I said, I thought it was entertaining. I thought that the acting was intentionally bad, whereas it wasn't just bad. Art was funny, but like, I don't know, like, I feel like it just didn't know what type of movie it wanted to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to be inspired by a bunch of shit and just throw it in a pot and kind of craft your own movie. But I felt that, like, you know, with the above and beyond sawing through a vagina, like, that was like some Jigsaw shit.
Yeah, that happened.
But like, you know, some of the other kills weren't as big as that. Whereas, you know, the whole, you know, plot with the woman with no face just seemed like something from, like, you know, Hannibal Lecter, like the Hannibal movie or whatever. And I don't know. It just I what the fuck did this movie want to be? Like, is Art just a crazy clown? Is he a supernatural clown? Is he, like, falling more in line with fucking, you know, Pennywise? Like, I don't know. I was entertained, and that's, at the end of the day, the whole point of a movie, right? To entertain you for an hour and a half. But I felt that there was points where it was kind of tedious and dull and
Confusing.
like confusing, yeah.
At some point.
And it was like, I just don't think that this guy's very good at making movies.
Shots fired.
You know,
I'm not trying to be mean. I can give credit where credit's due. The guy obviously has a love of you know, fucking horror movies. He puts his little Easter eggs. I mean, calling the place Cravens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get it. You know, I don't know, man. Like,
okay.
I think if you look at it, like I said, with the Leslie Vernon twist, and remove the fact that Art might be supernatural, and just say, no, he's just really good at his job. He's really good at the craft. He's like the ideal serial killer, and he's got it all figured out. And he's got fake bullets, and he knows what to do to get out of a situation. The movie becomes much better, which is the way I looked at it. Because I don't like the idea of Art being supernatural, personally.
Okay. Yeah.
But I do have to say, like I said with All Hallows Eve, Art was great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's a memorable fucking, you know, antagonist.
He goes right up there with Freddy Krueger and Jason, in my opinion. He should be right in that lineup. No, he should. Art should be right there next to Pennywise, chumming it up, doing their mime fucking shit. I think that he belongs right up there with the star lineup.
I think he's more on the B team.
I would go even like C roster.
I like him.
I don't know if there's
Give
enough.
him a couple more sequels. Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
Well,
Hey,
and
like
you
I
bring up a
said,
good
he's
point.
the best. He's the best thing about the movie. He is the best thing about the movie.
Without a doubt.
He's creepy as fuck. I love that, you know, unlike Michael Myers, that doesn't emote any type of emotion or anything. The mime act, but, like, you know, doing the fake laugh or, you know, whatever. Like, it was good. It was good.
Yeah. Well, you do bring up a good point there, Josh. You know, wait till the sequel. I mean, the sequel's already being funded, if not funded already, so they're getting ready to make the sequel. They got a script. They're literally they just kind of reached out and said, "Hey, who wants to help pay for the effects for this movie?" And that's what they did.
I'll be honest. I avoided this movie for a long time because I thought it was just another fucking rip-off clown movie.
Well,
Yeah, me too.
see, my problem was I avoided this movie not because I thought it was a rip-off clown movie. It's because I'd seen All Hallows Eve, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking deal with this bullshit. Like, I literally, like, really? I couldn't stand this fucking thing when it was just a little part of a segment of a fucking anthology. Now I'm going to waste my fucking time watching it for an hour and a half? Oh, fuck that shit. And then I got into an honest discussion with somebody who said, no, Like, totally take All Hallows Eve, throw it out the fucking door, and just watch this movie. You will actually be surprised at the fact that it's not bad. And that was the exact words that he told me. He was like, it's not bad.
Yep.
I'm like, okay. So I literally sat down on a Sunday afternoon at like 1 o'clock in the fucking morning, or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and fucking watched this. So it's just like a daytime watch. And you know what? I came out on the other end of it going, if that's how they would have introduced me to art, I probably have a lot better things to say about him, to be honest.
True.
You know, this should be, in my opinion, how you introduce people to art, not through All Hallows Eve, through this fucking film.
Okay, I'm on the IMDb page for Terrifier 2 that is coming out in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
After being resurrected by a sinister entity, Art the Clown returns to Miles County, where he must hunt down and destroy a teenage girl and her younger brother on Halloween night.
See, that's unfortunate.
He's supernatural.
Yeah. Oh, I know he is. I know that's the intention of the film. Don't get me
You're
wrong.
just
I
gonna
just like the
Leslie
idea.
Vernon it anyway.
I like the idea of it not being supernatural.
I'd like to know why he has to hunt down and kill this one girl and her brother on Halloween. Hopefully it
Is Art the
explains
Clown,
something
motherfucker?
because he's Art the fucking clown. I must.
It's probably the wife and child of the man that cleaned the shit off his fucking wall.
You destroyed my artwork. I shall kill your family.
That's how I know this director is cut from the same cloth as me. Every film he makes, he has to have that. The fucking shit bandit.
10 years from now, the guy's going to actually have a budget, and there's going to be some scene with some fucking random hobo
Yeah.
canning the walls. Look at me!
You don't know how funny it is until you work retail and you encounter a shit bandit. And then it's...
I worked McDonald's, man. I worked McDonald's. I know what it's like to walk into it. Like, when the manager says, hey, Adam, why don't you go check the fucking lobby bathroom? And you walk in and go, fuck this. Like, they didn't even try to aim for the toilet at that fucking point.
God. Love it.
Yeah, all right.
I need a little bit of shit humor in my my horror films. It doesn't happen enough.
All right, so let's give this a little bit of a review, shall we? So let's start
Who's the
Josh.
director? What's his name?
Damien Leone.
Damien Leone.
Josh,
Yeah.
final thoughts and review. Your rating.
Rated R for recommended. I love this fucking movie. I really do. I fucking love it. I don't know why. It's so fucking stupid.
It's got a
It's
shit
so
joke in it.
confusing sometimes, but I just love art. I like. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I've said everything I need to say about this film.
Tim.
Well, like I did say, I can give credit where credit's due. There was no, gimmicks or CG, bad fake blood. Like, a lot of the practical effects were pretty solid. Art is very memorable as an antagonist, and definitely the best thing that this guy has come up with, as far as a character, a franchise sort of thing. But it's kind of one of those movies where it's one and done. I mean, I'm not going to return to it like Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, I've seen it. I will probably never watch it again, because it's all right. It was a pretty basic story. It was executed well, but again, it's basic. I'm gonna give it a PG. It was pretty good. I didn't hate it. It's not garbage. It's not shit. It's pretty good, but it's just basic for me.
Okay. Once again, I share most of the same sentiments as you guys. This is a movie that, yeah, I agree. It's a one and done. I don't think I'll ever go back and really rewatch this unless it's like, Terrifier 2 comes out in 2 years and I really kind of, watch it.
What are you talking about? 2020 is next year, man. It's like...
Oh, it's coming out in 2020. Okay, so
2 months
if the movie
away.
comes out and I watch it and I go, well, what did I miss something from the first movie? I might go back and revisit the first movie just to kind of, put the two pieces together. But I don't see a need to revisit this movie by any means. It definitely improved on everything from whatever else the fucking director has made in the past. So I got to give him some credit there. It did have, and I know you say it was so unnecessarily violent, it had a memorable fucking scene. The sawing the chick in half. You watched that, Josh, you're right. It made you uncomfortable. It stood out. I was literally going, I can't fucking believe that they did that on, but not just that they did it, but they did it to the extent that they did for filming. It was pretty fucking graphic and brutal and violent. That's the kind of thing that would have made this movie one of those video nasties and had it banned in every fucking country in the world back in the 80s. It really would have. So, hats off. And
it's hard. Memorable. It's hard nowadays to do that with horror audience. We've seen everything.
It is. I mean, it even gets to the point where there's that guy who does like the Scooby-Doo fucking pictures on the internet where it's like the Scooby Gang, like with all the different horror icons and scenarios, and they got one that they did of Daphne being strung upside down with Art the Clown holding the fucking saw, and it's like, no fucking way. So you've kind of made it when you're becoming part of the internet memes and all this kind of shit anyway, right? I can't go down as far as saying the movie's garbage, and yeah, the movie is pretty good, but I do probably have to agree with Josh on this movie that I'm going to probably say R for recommended. However, R for recommended only to see this movie, just to say that you saw it. I'm going to recommend it to see it. That's the only thing. And I do. I have recommended it to a couple of people in the past and said, you should watch the movie. Like, if you really are looking for something interesting, you should fucking watch it.
It's good.
So that's it. Only based on the fact that I have actually recommended people watch the movie, I give it the R rating. That's where I'll leave that, so. Oh well. And with that, gentlemen, I think it's time to wrap it up. So until next time, Tim.
Stay spooky, everybody.
Josh.
Damien, if you're listening to this, ensure you include a shit bandit scene in your next film. I'll be patiently awaiting.
That was so creepy. Look how excited he is right now.
It's like, add some corn or something. I don't know. I want it extra nutty.
I want deleted scenes, explicit deleted scenes of our chip ending the fucking
Blu-ray extras. I will pay extra for that shit.
Literally, shit.
Literally. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a good night. And until next time, see you later.
Good night.